So, hello and welcome people back to my video phrasing a little bit, but it doesn't matter because I already saved, and we're going to the next stage.
Dude, you saw that guy.
Well, he had the voice of somebody who does not survive very long, so, you know, it's fine.
What the hell?
He would have just...
Our protagonist is kind of a douche.
Yeah, kind of. He just doesn't care. Boom. You know, there are, since we have a little bit of downtime, I'll tell you all about the struggle I had with the copyrights regarding this game. First off,
Did they try and copyright the sound of the wind again?
Yeah, like avoiding the copyrights for this game is a nightmare. Because literally almost every song in it is copyrighted for some reason. Like I wouldn't expect that from anyone other than Konami. And maybe they reused the songs later for the anime, and that would explain it. But I don't know. In any case, what I had done at first, because it gave me the notification, oh, this is blocked in 5 countries. So I removed the songs that it said, or rather I altered the pitch for all of the songs that it mentioned. But here's the problem, I uploaded it again and it said, oh wait, there are more copyrights in it. And so I removed those copyrights and re-uploaded it again. And then it did the same thing over and over again, because it would just tell you about, say, a part that was copyrighted, and that would just be one duration of a song. Whereas later on it would discover another duration of that same song. Or a completely new song, because it's completely all over the place. To be honest, I am quite impressed that YouTube's system was actually able to figure out those songs through all of this gunfire. That's honestly impressive.
Yeah.
But in the end, at that point, I was like, yeah, no, fuck it. So I pitch shifted literally everything. I mean, it's not the version you're hearing here, Stan, because that is before I made all of the alterations. But the version that will be uploaded in the end will be entirely pitch shifted. I tried to keep it as low.
Will I be pitch shifted?
No, you won't. Unless you want to.
Why not?
Well, I mean, I would have to pitch shift myself, and I don't feel comfortable with that.
Lame.
I mean, I've done that a couple of times. It's the other way around. I use the lower pitch shift because that way all of the bass still keeps its potency, and also I kept it relatively low, so it still more or less sounds like it's supposed to be, with the exception of 2 cutscenes which would be copyrighted anyway, even through the pitch shift. Oh, this room's so full of detail, so full of slowdown. Gotta get rid of the detail.
Gotta shoot everything up.
Mm-hmm. especially the speed fast. That's what it was called.
Man, what do you got against food?
How are people behind the window? On what floor are we? Oh, and also you may notice from time to time that my character is, or rather, all of the other characters are sort of have these horizontal lines going across them. It's because this game runs in 60 frames and uses a lot of very archaic animation techniques in order to simulate transparency when somebody gets hit. Something similarly used on the SNES and the likes. But it doesn't translate very well in 480i. In any case, I can't fix that without ruining the quality of the entire video, so to say. And I will die. Like, the only other solution would be to literally blur the entire video completely and record this with the field scaling mode, but that would just not look right. There are a few games where I had to do that regardless, because they just look like trash no matter what you do, and their rendering method is just incredibly bad. Like, for example, or rather incredibly confusing for anything that isn't a CRT TV, and one of those cases was Shadow Hearts from the New World, which is rendered at 60 frames even though it only shows 30, and it gets really confusing for the TVs. This is one of the harder rooms because there are so many bazooka shooters, and there come even more. But this is just the kind of situation where you have to stock up on on the good old skull juice. What you were saying?
No, finish your thought. Sorry.
No, I just said all I had to say. I needed skull juice that I didn't have, but it defeated a lot of the bazooka guys.
Well, I was just the more I look at. The more we go through the stage, the more I'm reminded of the Chinatown stage from, actually.
From what? Damn it, Discord is being bad.
Awesome. Great.
Okay, now it's better. In any case, these guys with briefcases. They have machine guns in them, obviously, because that's what briefcases are for. Oh, Chinatown from Mad World. It's entirely possible because, you know, this is Sega again.
Right.
Although I don't think Red had any hand in making that game in particular. That was mostly Platinum, if I recall correctly. But yeah, now I have the upgraded bazooka shooter, and it's. If the previous one wasn't enough of a screen clear, this one is. And this is the most confusing part of this entire stage. Just go.
Why can't we shoot it?
I can't move backwards and shoot, so I can't do that very well, so I didn't try.
To kill all these people who are just having dinner.
No, they're all evil. They have like bat wings and whatnot, and they're all bleak, you know.
Even the pianist, though.
He wasn't there when I got here. But yeah, in any case, something I wanted to bring up about the animation for the FMVs in this game, because you know, it's very pretty, but it also uses a style that's very reminiscent of the modern lazy anime. And by that I mean the anime that does not bother to trace over the character models and just releases it as is with the CG models.
Right.
Now, I'm completely fine with the way it is done in this game, because it's clearly stylized to look like a game, and also to look like an anime, because there are less frames. Obviously it's not the optimal solution, at least not in my opinion, but it's a deliberate choice nonetheless.
これはグレイブ、お久しぶり。ユーコンの世界から蘇ったという噂は本当でしたか。
死人め、レースが棺に置き忘れてきたと見えるな。
まあ、待ちなよ、文治。グレイブ、あんたも組織の一員だったんだろう。一宿一般の恩どころじゃないはずだ。それを忘れて幹部様たちに銃を向けちゃうなんて。やりてえならかかってこい。腹ごなしに遊んでやる。赤羽言うたんだ、グレイブ。
This guy for real?
This fight is pretty goofy, and it only gets goofier from there on. This guy does have a health meter, but I don't really bother to do this fight the quote-unquote intended way. I'm not exactly sure what the intended way is. He gets these guys, but I also have my skull juice, so I can just spam my thingamajig, you know, my I win thing.
Of
That's
course.
Perfectly fine.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Gross.
Did I say that this fight becomes goofier?
Yes.
This is it. He can throw little clones of whatever. Yeah. And he can also do that. He telegraphs his attacks reasonably well. As you can see, shooting him with the target on means I just shoot very, very, very slowly. So it's not even really worth it.
Yeah.
And also the targeting doesn't really help because you keep losing it. It's pretty annoying. But what I wanted to bring up about this game's animation, if you pay close attention during the FMVs, all of the objects of the environment are actually
Crap out the clones.
He just keeps making them, but like all of the elements of the environments are actually rendered in 30 frames, whereas the characters themselves are rendered at like 15 to give it a more janky look. I still think they should have been 30, but they were clearly going for an animation look with all of the motion blur and whatnot, like cinematic and what have you.
白くて正気がなくてものすごい力で私たちの乗っていた車を引き裂いたわ。あんなの人間じゃない。組織は
Also, something I find very, very odd of a choice. Why does Mika look like a fucking PS1?
それともたく
Like, seriously, if you look at Graves' model, it looks spectacularly well detailed. Why couldn't they have done that for the 2 other characters you actually look at in this game?
Nah,
Like,
who cares?
this guy doesn't even have a mouth.
It's because Grave is the protagonist, so he's gotta look the best.
There was this one game that had a similar problem, where it was like the whole game looked like shit except for the hair of the main character. I never remember what it was. Yeah, in human power, that last part of that boss fight really was inhumanly goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he repeats himself. So let's just save and save the game and quit. Or not quit and just continue, because this game is like 2 hours long or less.
Surprised the whole anime came on, and you'd think like it'd be like a movie or something, you know?
Yeah, I know. I looked at it and it was like 26 episodes. I was like, how? The game's barely 2 hours long.
Right?
And it has like no story.